Alright, hello and welcome. So, we have a lot to talk about today because we got a lot of stuff done on the stream. So first things first, we started the stream off with defeating Vahek on Earth and defeating Lephantis in the Derelict. Those boss fights are very, very easy if you're Rhino. Crushed them, easy, took like maybe 25 minutes. That stuff was super simple, which let us complete the Sedna Junction and the Eris Junction. The Sentients were already defeated. They're chumps if you're Excalibur with a decent build. They are literal baby enemies that you can just toss away with the back of your hand. That stuff's easy mode. Collects any 3 mods from the Orokin Principal Challenges. I am going to be making a video on doing the Principal Challenges if you would like to wait for that. Otherwise, I do them during the previous stream, I believe. And then crafting a Master Rank 5 or higher weapon. I crafted the Merlock. The Merlock is a very good weapon that you could keep for a little while if you wanted to, and it meets the Master Rank 5 requirement and is generally pretty low requirement in terms of resources. So those were pretty easy to get, and that gave us the War Within. We completed the War Within. The War Within is not a very difficult quest. It's mostly just like basic story stuff that you have to do, and like some things where you gotta kind of learn it during it, because it presents you with a few new things to do. So we got that out of the way. We got this out of the way. The 15 waves at Stofler were no big deal. That's a pretty easy mission. It's easy enough that my basic Rhino was absolutely wiping the entire map, just using his 4 regularly, up until wave like 12. So mission, very, very simple. Opening Neo Void Relics is something you should be doing anyway, and you get them from a large variety of missions. You'll probably already have 3 Neo Void Relics by the time you even get to Pluto. So that's also a very easy challenge to do. So, got all that done, got the War Within done, which means that our little bugger can now stand up. So, that's fantastic. This is useful because you can use your newfound powers to do a few things, including Kuba farming, which opens up after the second dream, or after the War Within. So we can do Kuba farming now, which I think gives us access to every single resource at this point. I can't think of any I don't have access to, so that should be all of them. And then that also lets us deal with sentients in a much simpler way, in that you can strip their resistances by using the Operator's Void Beam. So, that stuff is all fine and good, but other big progress that was made yesterday is, as you can see by this special cosmetic on my shoulders, we completed LOR yesterday. That is also the reason for me having a pretty sufficient amount of credits. I spent about half of what I made just doing LOR, so I'm at a little over 200k now. Getting about $500,000 is about right for days that you do LOR, so if you want to have infinite credits, learning to do LOR is something I would definitely suggest. I also made quite a bit of platinum off trading some prime parts that I had, and I'm probably going to make a little bit more off trading the arcane that I got for LOR. I got Arcane Strike, which is worth about 20 to 40, which is not bad. And for LOR, for anyone that wants an introductory build to it, I had this on Rhino. So this is a very easy to get build. It is not very high requirement whatsoever. The most rare mod here is Fleeting Expertise. Getting Fleeting Expertise is something you're going to need to do anyway. You need this for a large amount of the Warframes for them to really hit their like top end of power, so you're going to get this anyway. That and Overextended are the rarest mods here. Everything else is pretty simple to come by. Continuity and Stretch can be gotten from the Orokin containers, which I did a video on earlier in the week. So check that out if you want to farm these. Streamline also comes from that. Mobilize is not required for this build. It's just nice to move a little bit faster. You could very easily replace this mod with other things. And Steel Fiber is very simple. This is just to make your 2 a little tougher in LOR. But yeah, Constitution is just a nightmare mod. This is going to be pretty simple to get. They're very cheap also, if you need to buy one for Platinum. So yeah, this is a very, very simple build. Easily fits here. It fits even better. I got Steel Charge, which I hadn't swapped into this build. Now I have significantly greater points than I even need. But yeah, it also fits with an unmatched polarity, though, in case you didn't get lucky and get a mod like Steel Charge. So yeah, this build's fantastic. This is just a 4-spam, heavy AoE lockdown. I would be happy to take anyone using a build like this into LOR. This would be a great boon to the team. And if you're going to go in as a CC player, this is perfectly fine. You do not need to be like more prepared than this. Anyone that tells you you do is just wrong or bad. So this is great, good early game thing to shoot for if you want to make a lot of platinum and credits off of LOR. So, this is my general build. This is a bit different. Focuses less on the duration, has less range, of course, goes a little bit harder into the strength, and has max efficiency still. This is a pretty big powerhouse on most of the star chart. This is going to kill all trash mobs and just in general be very, very strong. And it will make you pretty much completely invulnerable. This is a no augment build. It's worth noting that if you were going to invest the Exilus, which opens up this slot, which you'll get from a couple of quests, I have one kicking around right now, then I would move Mobilize up, and I would use Iron Shrapnel instead of Mobilize. That would be the kind of best way to optimize this build. Iron Shrapnel is a very, very powerful augment that allows you to hit 2 again to remove your Iron Skin, and then it allows you to immediately put 1 back on. At a very low Iron Skin cost like this, it's invaluable to do such a thing, because as you can see, I have 2,500 EHP just on my Iron Skin, and making that refreshable whenever you need it is incredibly powerful and will get you through pretty much any sortie. So I'm going to be getting that augment pretty soon, as soon as I can anyway. But yeah, that's really, really strong. Broken Scepter I'm leveling because I got that from War Within, and all that business is going on. So at this point, I have defeated all of the required bosses on the star chart for you to complete it. I need to defeat Keladathame on Sedna still. We need to go through Sedna. I need to get to the last branch of the Void, which is just off of Sedna. This branch of the Void is going to give me the dual stat poison mods. So that'll be really good, and I need to defeat Ambulos on Pluto still. You actually don't have to fight Ambulos to do either of these junctions. He is not a required boss, he's entirely optional. So, another bonus if you pick Excal, because Excal comes from Ambulos. You will not have to farm Ambulos at all, if you don't want to, if you pick Excal at the start. So I'd very much suggest you don't get rid of Excal, as he's a great Warframe that will save you a lot of time, really. Just a lot of time. But yeah, there's not a whole lot to be said. Most of what I'm going to be looking out for is Nitane on the star chart. Going to be doing all the Nitane alerts that pop up. Still got to do Maru, that just reset recently. Because Nitane is going to be the big thing that I need right now. Because I'm going to be doing a JV. Jorda's Verdict requires a bit more preparation in that, because me personally, I'm going to be doing inside team on Jordas, which is a role that needs to really know the raid. I need to have a Amisha. Amisha is the best Arcwing by far, and it's the only Arcwing gear I'm going to be building, period. So that's going to be required. That is in the Tenno lab. So we come here into my dojo. We'll have the Amisha with its wings and all this business, so I'm going to actually pick this up all right now. But you can see a lot of Nitane is going to be required here. The other materials are really not too heavy, but the Nitane is a bit up there, as you'll see, because that one required 2, this one requires 2, and this one requires 2. Actually, wait, doesn't this need more? Do they nerf how much this takes? Oh, there's the 4 there. Okay. I thought I needed 10 for it, but I wasn't 100% sure for a second there. But yeah, I need 4 more Nitane so I can build the Amisha. I've forgotten what parts needed what amounts of Nitane. So I'm going to start building the parts, basically, and look out for those other 4 Nitane that I need, and then start building the Amisha. The Amisha, even at rank 0, with no mods in it, can pretty easily clear Jorda's Verdict, so that is very much worth noting. You really only need 1 person in Jorda's Verdict with a decent Arcwing weapon to clear it very easily, so we'll be just fine. And, of course, the Imperator is a totally fine gun to start out with. You just need to mod it. So, yeah, that's the Amisha. That's my current goal right now, so that on the next stream, I'm able to do JV, which should be really no problem, especially with me doing Inside as Rhino. That'll be very easy. So, other things. Oh, yes, I am going to be building Octavia. So part of the goal of this playthrough is that I need to be able to do all of the sorties effectively. Due to that, Octavia is an incredibly versatile choice. She provides so much damage boosting, invisibility, energy regen for herself and the team. She's got so many upsides. You can also see by this, she's a bit on the expensive side, and I'm missing a part. So Kuva is going to be no problem for me to get. Salvage, shocker, I need salvage. That won't be too hard to farm. It's a very common material. And then I need the very last part here. So the last part is going to be the hard one to get. That requires me to do C rotation to ODS to get that final part. But if I can get Octavia, Octavia is going to kind of start being my main Warframe I'm going to use after I get her all leveled up and get the build on her. So, yeah. And the reason I chose Octavia, worth noting, is just because she's so versatile. Like, she can fit into, like, pretty much any game mode. She's got the damage, she's got the support, she's got the survivability, and there's really not a whole lot she can't do, which is why she gets chosen, because she's just so versatile. Like, I'm going for most of, like, the versatile Warframes. I'm leveling Nyx right now, and then I'm going to get rid of Nyx. But Rhino's very versatile, Excalibur's very versatile, Octavia's very versatile. The Warframes that can really fit into any zone and do very well are the ones that I'm going to be picking up and keeping mostly. But yeah. Yeah. The only other pickup that I might do is I might go and farm Equinox. As Equinox is a really good DPS for fast farming, and I have all of the mods I need for a main Equinox build. So, yeah. Plans. Gonna be doing a lot of leveling this week, which is not really gonna be too important. I want to get to MR8 if at all possible, and this Friday, Barrow will be showing up, and I'll be wanting to pick up Inaros, so that'll also be important. Anyway, that's enough rambling on about this. I will see you guys tomorrow.